Welcome back to Wrestling Renaissance. My name is TJ Leo.
And I am Cole 2K,
Not cold 2K anymore.
not as cold 2K.
Not as cold 2K. I like that. This is the Royal Rumble predictions episode, but we got a lot to talk about this week. It's been a while since we talked about. Oh, I don't know. What's this thing in here?
The
Oh,
current
yeah.
stuff.
There it is. It's been a while since I wore
Someone
this
say
bad
trivia?
boy. No, I don't think anyone said trivia. I certainly did not say trivia. Although that is coming up as well soon. Again. Yeah, it's time to talk about Royal Rumble predictions. But first, let's do some catch up. Let's talk about Saturday night's main event, which happened last Saturday. I don't know, where did it emanate from? I can't even remember.
San Antonio,
San Antonio, Texas.
home of the great kid.
Indeed. We're not going to do like a full review of the show individually, but we're going to quickly talk about. I'm going to go over the results really quick here, and then we can kind of talk about what we thought of the show. So we had Rhea Ripley defending her Women's World Championship against Nia Jax. Rhea Ripley won clean. We had Braun Breaker defending his Intercontinental Championship against Sheamus for, I don't know, the 80th time. And Braun Breaker won clean as well. There was a contract signing for the WWE Championship ladder match at Royal Rumble between Cody, Kevin, and HBK. There was a match between Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu, in which Braun Strowman defeated Jacob via DQ after Jacob just went full werewolf apeshit on Braun Strowman. And then we had Gunther defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Jey Uso, and Gunther won clean there as well. So I must admit, I did not watch the full show. After the first Saturday night's main event being a glorified house show, I pretty much assumed that that's what we were going to get again. So I was going to put it on in the background, but then I realized it's not on Netflix in Canada. It is indeed. It was on YouTube, I think, and I don't know. I just couldn't be bothered. But I did watch highlights. And I think my assumption that it was a glorified house show was fairly accurate. I'm sure it was fun. It seems like it had some decent action.
Yeah, it was a pretty safe show. There weren't.
Yeah.
You could have possibly seen one, maybe two titles changing hands. The Intercontinental title, maybe Sheamus finally getting it.
I put money on Sheamus winning it, but at this point,
there were a lot of people that thought Jay was going to be Gunther. That
no
was
way.
Jay's time. I'm glad it wasn't. I think Gunther needed to be holding the title going into Mania.
100%.
And not Jay. So
100%.
Nia and Rhea was a solid match.
Okay.
They usually have good matches between the two. Sheamus and Braun was a really hard hitting match. The contract signing, I like seeing a fired up Cody Rhodes give promos.
Mm-hmm.
Better than the long-winded, big words saying, really bad lisp, talking Cody Rhodes, regular promos in a suit.
Yeah.
So it was a nice change. Got teased a pile driver on Shawn Michaels, which Cody saved him. I thought maybe that would have been a better way to go, was to actually get physicality on Shawn, and instead of having Kevin run away, I thought that would have maybe done Kevin a little bit better.
Yeah, they continue to have Kevin be this like cowardly heel kind of character, and I don't know if it suits him right now or not. It's fine.
Yeah.
I would prefer him to be. I mean, he inherited the Stone Cold Stunner, So I really would prefer if he was just a no nonsense, beat your ass type of character now, but it's not what they're doing with him.
I just hope they keep him relevant after Saturday.
Yeah. I loved his shirt. Cody sucks
Yes.
eggs.
Yeah, Cody sucks eggs. Throwback to Terry Funk
Yep. So funny.
with the
What
Dusty
do you think about
Sucks
the
eggs.
Jacob Fatu squash on Braun Strowman?
I mean, it's the best way to make Jacob look strong. I don't know the way the crowd was cheering for him. One more time, one more time,
Right?
one more time. Um, are
He had a
they?
Bronson Reed moment.
Yeah. Are they? I mean, are they going to be? I did say the word pivot, but are they going to look at elevating him to something really important at WrestleMania?
Well, I guess we'll get into that later tonight. Um, yeah, the only thing I thought that sucked about that was Braun Strowman's basically a joke at this point, and that's really unfortunate.
Um,
He just gets his ass kicked all the time, and he's a former world champion, and it's like, and he's supposed to be the monster of all
yeah.
monsters, but he gets
I'm,
his ass kicked all the time. Like,
I'm
I don't
wondering,
know, man.
and I hope not. Not because I really like him a whole lot. I'm just kind of indifferent about him, but I'm wondering if this is a way to have a certain group of uncharismatic uh,
Oh, you think he's gonna?
people
Hmm.
kind of take him under their wing and make him
Does
sick.
that group need more people?
It needs something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, there's talking about the Wyatts.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. But yeah, overall, I feel like I don't need to tune into Saturday Night's main event after these two. I just
No.
it's not it's not a necessity. It's just kind of there to fill in the gap. I would have much preferred that they just didn't do Saturday Night's main event and would have had a pay per view in January or December,
Yeah.
but they didn't. It's like, okay,
Yep.
well, I don't know, like what made them drop a pay per view or two technically, because I guess December was normally what, like Armageddon and TLC and
Something.
stuff like that. So I don't know. It's a little weird. All right, let's move on. Unless you had anything else to say about SNME.
Not really. No.
No. Okay. Yeah, pretty uneventful thing. I feel horrible for Sheamus at this point, by the way. Just what are they doing with him?
I think he'll get his.
I do think he's got something coming. I just don't know like how you build him back up now, or how do you like how you book that. But I guess we'll see. All right, let's talk a little bit about the rumors of Triple H likely going into the Hall of Fame this year. First of all, they're probably credible. I don't think it's nonsense. I believe
Yeah.
that
I mean,
that's
I've seen it on credible places other than just reports or dirt sheets.
yeah.
There's an article on a subset of Sports Illustrated.
Hmm.
A couple other places, CBS Sports. I think I saw that there's reports. So it's seems like it's a pretty credible source.
Yeah, and well deserved. This would be his
Second,
second
yeah, he's
Hall
in
of Fame.
with DX,
DX
of course.
is
Do you think he gets
Evolution's
in
not
with?
in the.
I was about to say, do you think he
Ah,
gets in with Evolution?
oh yeah, he's got to eventually, right?
I mean,
They're just waiting for Batista to come around. Although Evolution might be just not something that gets in the Hall of Fame at this point, with Ric Flair being what what he's doing these days.
now Batista
Maybe
was already supposed to be in already.
yeah,
They had announced him for 2020. Um, they
and then
didn't
they
have him
pulled him
announced for
out after
2020.
yeah. Well, they did, but they waited until the next WrestleMania to
Yeah,
induct all of them except for Batista.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, there's Triple H is a good pick, to headline, I would say, this year. Because
yep,
when you think about headliners for the Hall of Fame, because they really treat it like a pay-per-view. They really do, or a premium live event. They're running out of like the headliners. They're becoming less and less abundant, but there is still some big names. But I don't think any of them, besides maybe one or two that I can think of, would be a headliner. I have a short list here that I came up with on the spot of people that I think should go into the Hall of Fame sooner rather than later. Let me know if you agree with all of these, and let me know if you would add anyone to this list. Michael Cole. I think that's inevitable, and it's overdue for me personally. Like, he's done so much for that company and continues to. It's like he needs to go in as long as people know who he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can't wait until 10 years after he leaves and then do it, because then half of the audience is going to go, "Who's Michael Cole?" You know. I think Jimmy Corderas needs to go in the Hall of Fame. The former senior referee.
Yeah.
He comes to mind simply because I think he was the best referee we WWE ever had. But also maybe tied for first, because I do like what's the Ric Flair's
Charles
favorite referee, Charles Robinson. I think he's really good as well. But one referee name that we'll never see in the Hall of Fame is Earl Hebner, after he screwed over the company. Well, I mean, he freaking got fired for selling freaking WWE merchandise, like black market style. Like, I don't know if they would forgive that or not. Plus, at this point, it's like, I don't know how much the audience cares if he goes in at this point. I don't know. I would much rather see Jimmy go in. Triple H we talked about.
Toronto, right?
Jimmy Corderas?
Yeah.
I didn't know he's from Toronto.
Yeah, he's from Toronto.
That's news for me. Well, then he definitely deserves to go in the Hall of Fame.
I figured that's what it was anyway.
No, I think he's hilarious, and I love listening to him when he goes on podcasts. He's awesome. Stephanie McMahon. I think she, out of all of the McMahons at this point, she's like the one that deserves to go in there the most currently, from both a on-screen character, behind-the-scenes character, and political standpoint. I think, she's the first McMahon that needs to go in there. Miss Elizabeth. I don't know why she's not in there.
I don't know,
but I thought that was interesting. Vicky Guerrero, who probably won't go in there until she's done with. Is she done with AEW yet?
Oh yeah, she's done with AEW. Yep.
Yeah. I think she's somewhere else. I remember her showing up somewhere. No, maybe it was just one of those like appearances that she did.
Yeah, I know she was on the Jericho cruise, on one of the Jericho cruises.
Oh, jeez. Can't believe that's a thing still.
Yeah.
But yeah, she totally deserves to be in there. Jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I wonder what happened to her. I have no idea. She kind of just disappeared off the face of the planet.
She does a wrestling school.
Oh. Well,
yeah.
She was an excellent wrestler, so.
Yep. Yeah, she's still involved. You remember Rodney Mack?
Yes.
That's who she's married to.
Oh.
Yep.
They are very similar people.
Yep.
Very tough people.
Yep.
Yeah, she totally deserves to be in there. British Bulldog.
You sure he's not in? No, yeah, he's in.
Is he?
Because I remember Harry, Davey Boy Smith Jr., inducted him.
British Bulldog. Why do I not remember that? Does WWE.com have a Hall of Fame list? Yes, they do.
2020. What? Oh, yeah. He was in...
oh, that's why I don't remember it. That explains that. Okay. Well, do you have that list up still? So maybe you'll be able to tell me that I'm wrong for a bunch of other... bunch of other of these. Bam Bam Bigelow? I don't think he's in it. If he's not, he should be.
He definitely should be. Yeah.
We talked about Batista. I'm sure he will be. Just a matter of time.
Yeah. Getting schedule lined up.
Yeah. Fit Finley.
Should be.
Yeah, absolutely should be in there. This one I hope happens at some point. WWE's not keen on.
No, I'm Bam Bam.
No on Bam Bam. Yeah, I mean he should be in there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
This next one definitely should be in there, but I don't think he ever will, simply because he was not an on-screen character, and but I mean I don't know. Jim Johnston deserves to be in there. Dude's responsible for 90% of the greatest wrestling theme songs in history, right? So it's like, why are you? You should be in the Hall of Fame, sir.
Now I don't know if things ended with him and the company on bad terms. I don't remember.
He went on a podcast with CVV. I think they just let him go for some reason. I don't remember specifically what it was. I'm thinking, if anything, it was probably something between him and Vince. But since Vince is gone, come on back, bro. But I think he's moved on. He I think Chris Van Vliet asked him if he would consider coming back, and I don't think he said no, but I think he said, they've no one's reached out to him at all, so it's highly unlikely to be a thing. Ken Shamrock.
Do you think he had a Hall of Fame career in WWE?
I mean, he definitely influenced things.
Yeah. He's the one that pretty much started the whole tapping out.
Yeah, like he's
idea.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, he may not have had a long Hall of Fame career, but his impact on the industry is felt. So it's like, when you have an impact on the industry, you should be in the Hall of Fame. It's hard to make an impact like that.
Now that Vince is out, do you think Owen will get in?
No.
You don't think they'll mend with Dr. Martha Hart?
Well, from what I understand, Martha wasn't specifically at odds with Vince. She was specifically at odds with the company.
Right, yeah.
And the way that Vince handled it, and she knows that Triple H is high up in the influencer cards at that time, or was getting there. I don't know. I just and
that was 98 or 99.
Yeah, but so I mean, he's obviously not. He wasn't as powerful as he is now, obviously. Right. But like, I remember her being so pissed off at him and Shawn for the Bret Hart screw job, and then you tackle on Owen Hart's death, and like, it's just like, she seems like she's just like Bret in that she would hold a grudge to the day she dies. I understand Bret came back, and did some business, but I mean, not a day goes by where you don't hear him bitching and moaning about the screw job and Bill Goldberg and all that stuff. So it's just, I could totally see Triple H reaching out to Martha, but right now she's got that whole like connection with AEW.
Wouldn't that be something though
if she was the bridge?
Yeah,
between the two companies.
Yeah, if that bridge was made between WWE and Martha, and Owen ended up in the WWE Hall of Fame while they're still doing the Owen Hart tournament in AEW.
I would love to see that, but I think the only way that happens is if AEW is in so much trouble that Tony reaches out to WWE himself and says, "Yo, can we cooperate now?" But we'll see.
WWE would pick up and say, "Who's this?"
Yeah.
Who? What?
We already got a con. What do you want?
Yeah. Apparently, you said there's only room in this business for one con. So
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
Unless you want to sell. You want to sell?
Yeah.
Lillian Garcia.
I think she would deserve it.
Mhm.
Um,
Breaking boundaries. Boundaries, that's not the word. Breaking ground. Breaking.
the thing what you mentioned with Cole and her is they're both still on weekly.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, do you wait for them to retire
Retire.
first?
Yeah. I don't think so. I mean, they didn't wait for Jim Ross to retire or Jerry Lawler to retire or Howard Finkel to or did they wait for Howard Finkel?
They did
They
for
may.
Howard.
They did, yeah. Um Tony Chimmel's not in the Hall of Fame, although I don't think he's I don't think he's
No.
worthy of the Hall of Fame personally. Sorry. Sorry, Tony. Um yeah. Michelle McCool.
I think she is.
Is she?
Nope.
No, I didn't think so. The women have I have an easier time remembering which women are in there because there's not as many of them to remember. But yeah, Michelle McCool. Kind of shocking that she's not in there yet. Not to say that she's like, you know,
That's just hard because that's from the
it was a
Divas time.
yeah, it was the bad era, right? She stood out because she was one of the best in an era where the wrestlers kind of sucked. In that
Yeah.
era. Yeah,
She
but
definitely had a look to her.
to be fair, the Bellas are somehow in the fucking Hall of Fame. So if they're in there, Michelle McCool definitely deserves to be in there.
Yeah, that is true.
We've set a precedent by putting the Bellas in there, unfortunately. I only have three more. Raven. Between his ECW career and his WWE career.
Maybe.
Okay. This one won't happen until AEW's moved on, but Taz.
Could be.
Between his time in ECW, his time in WWE, his time on commentary, I think he
Yeah.
deserves it. And then the Glamour Girls. Former women's tag team champions from way back in the day.
Possibly. They always do like to have a older
Mm-hmm.
team or people from way back in the day every year.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
that was my short list. I couldn't really think of anyone else off the top of my head that stands out.
I mean, you think
Victoria, probably.
no, she's not in.
Yeah, I think Molly Holly is. Right?
She is, yeah.
Yeah, but
Like
yeah,
China.
like if I I think she deserves to be in there, but I think WWE looks at it as if she is technically in there because of DX, and that's good enough, and they don't want to go down that path any further, personally. But maybe now that Triple H is in power, maybe he thinks differently. But I don't know.
I think. Do they still have a celebrity? Basically, a famous celebrity that goes in every year. So I think one is.
I'll be
long
honest with
overdue
you.
Is Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah, if she's not in there, that's shocking.
Yeah, she's not in.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah,
they didn't have one. Well, Muhammad Ali last year.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali. Yeah. Yeah, so they do have a celebrity wing still.
Andy Kaufman the year before that.
Oh, okay. Andy Kaufman. That's funny.
Queen Charmel.
She's in there?
Yeah, 2022.
Okay, the fact that she's in there, but we don't have like Victoria and Jazz and Michelle McCool. Like,
yeah.
Like Charmel, I nothing against you. You're great. You were a great manager for one dude, and
Yeah,
he's your husband.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if I would constitute that as a Hall of Fame
yeah,
career. That's reaching, I think.
yeah.
Um, you were great though for what you did. Hall of Fame though. Mm. All right. You got any more, or shall we move on to the star
Uh,
of the show?
Bischoff, Eric Bischoff.
What? I can't believe he's not in
No,
there.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he is. He is.
Okay,
I thought he was in there as part of NWO, but he is in separately.
good. I was
Yeah,
gonna say I don't. The last like 15 Hall of Fames are honestly a huge blur to me.
yeah.
They're I don't know why. Like I remember like the first 5 Hall of Fames very vividly, and then after that it just murky waters. I remember the Undertaker being inducted, but like once we got to the point where like Kevin Nash was the headliner, I'm like, the Hall of Fame's losing steam.
I
No
mean,
offense, Kevin.
Nash. Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Nash is
And
great, but headliner, I don't know about that.
you think Cena goes in next year after his last run this year, or do you think they wait a year?
Yeah, I think they'll wait. Probably. Damn, I don't know, man. Oh, Bray Wyatt. I'm surprised he.
Uh,
Well, he might be inducted this year because they inducted his family last year.
yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. That's a tough one. I don't know, man. I mean, it would make sense, but I think they would. I think waiting would be the smarter idea. But I also think it would like cap off his retirement year by
Yeah.
going into the Hall of Fame pretty well.
William
Yeah.
Regal.
Oh yeah, he needs to go in there immediately. That's
Um,
crazy. I don't know why I didn't think of that. One of
Mickey
the best
James.
wrestlers to not be a world champion. I'm not as high on Mickey James as a lot of people. I feel like. I feel like she started strong and then just kind of blurred into the background for the rest of her career. For me, like her initial feud with Trish, leading up
Was really good.
to with WrestleMania 21 was fantastic, and that match was fantastic and put her on the map. But like, I couldn't tell you a single other feud that I gave a shit about after that. I just,
I do think she'll get in.
I
Maybe
mean,
this year.
um, isn't she with TNA still? I mean, I guess
No,
that doesn't matter anymore. Oh, she's not.
no, she's
Oh,
not. She
interesting.
was helping out doing booking for or helping at Ohio Valley OVW. But right now she's actually involved with WWE doing that LFG, the Legends and Future Greats show
Yeah.
that
Well,
they're
what is
filming.
that?
Uh,
Is it
it
a
seems
documentary or like?
it seems well it's got 4 legends. You got Booker T,
Ugh,
Bubba Ray Dudley, Mickey
okay.
James, and The Undertaker. It
Oh
looks
wow.
like they are shadowing and helping out. It's seems like it's sort of a competition type show, like The Voice or something like that, where they're
So like
mentors.
classic NXT.
Yeah, yeah. So like they're mentors for people that aren't even on NXT TV.
Mm,
Um, some kind of a competition or like a mentor show like that.
interesting.
That's going to be on A&E here in the States. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
we
it.
get Annie here.
Okay, yeah.
Interesting.
That
Hmm.
starts in actually 2 weeks. 2 weeks from Sunday.
Hmm. Okay. I'll keep an eye on oh, it's on A&E only.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't like this whole like splitting their shows between 17
Oh,
different sources thing. It's starting to
yeah.
annoy me.
That's what it is here.
Like that when it's when everything seemed to be starting to go towards Netflix, I was like, all right, but now they keep it's like the Speed Championships on X, and now they have these biographies on
Yeah.
A&E, and they have it's like, oh, okay.
Shoot, here in
I
the
know
States, we got Raw on Netflix. We've got SmackDown on USA. We've got NXT on
NXT.
CW. You've got
Yeah, that's so
LFG
stupid.
on A&E. You've got, of course, Speed on X.
I get why they do it. They're doing it to reach the broadest audience that they possibly can and get more people, more eyes on the product. But it's like, holy crap. You have to own like 16 different services to watch everything. It's
Yeah.
crazy. All right. Yeah. Anyone else?
Not really. Not really I
No.
can think of.
Yeah, it's not good. They're running low. They're running low on choices. Running low. They may have to start putting in, newer,
4 people
more.
a year now, or
Yeah,
even
shrink
3.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, shrink the roster or shrink. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I. Here's the thing: is that I've always thought that the Hall of Fame ceremony was way too long. By the time you get to the main event, I'm like half asleep. Uh, sometimes you'll get somebody in the middle who's got a great speech, but I feel like for the most part, most of the speeches are pretty generic and not super entertaining. And then every so often you'll get The Rock coming up there and do one of his crazy speeches, or
Or like Paul Heyman last year.
Paul Heyman doing an amazing speech. Yeah. Oh, The Rock. There's another one that should probably be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, yeah, he will.
Yeah.
And he'll induct himself, no doubt.
Yeah. That would be so awesome. No, it'll be Roman. Roman will induct him for sure. Or Stone Cold maybe.
When do you think Jericho goes in?
When he leaves AEW.
Big Show?
When he leaves AEW. Yeah. 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 Mark Henry. Oh, he's already in it. He's already in it.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else in AEW that is waiting? The Hardys in TNA.
Yeah. Maybe
I can't believe
it this year.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that they're not in there. That's crazy. But I think it's like every time they come back to WWE, they don't stick around long enough to get a Hall of Fame induction.
Or stuff happens.
Or shit happens, yeah.
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 I mean,
Jeff.
Seems like, yeah. Seems like everything's better with that now, so keep fingers crossed.
Yeah, I mean, I wish all the best for him, but, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 17 times, shame on me.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the Royal Rumble predictions, the main event of the show. We're doing things a little bit differently this time because there are only 4 matches booked for the Royal Rumble, which is kind of the norm over the past 3 or 4 years at this point. So instead of what we're going to do is we're going to do the winner predictions for the 4 matches, but we're going to have a bunch of predictions for the Royal Rumble matches themselves. And let's get right into it. Let's kick things off with the women's Royal Rumble match.
Is that the match that you think is going to be first?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll probably go women's tag team championship, and then depending on how they want to do it, they could do the WWE championship and then the Royal Rumble. But I think the WWE championship will probably be the main event this year.
I don't know. I mean,
should that be a prediction? The order. What goes on last?
I thought about that.
Yeah. No, I mean it's going to be either the men's Royal Rumble or the WWE Championship that goes last. I just don't know which one. The men's Royal Rumble makes sense.
I think it'll be the men's Royal Rumble.
So you think they're going to do the women's and then the tag team championship and then the men's and then the WWE? Oh no, and then the WWE Championship and then the men's.
I think they'll do the tag team championship first.
Oh, well, you think they'd have the Rumbles that close together? Not having to separate them?
I think they do the tag title, the women's Rumble,
WWE Championship and then the men's.
Championship and then the men's. Yep.
Yeah, they could do that. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I think the WWE Championship match is probably going to go pretty long. I think that'll be good. All right, Yeah, women's Royal Rumble match. Who do you got winning? So we're not doing confidence points.
Nope.
I was trying to get to that, and then I got sidetracked somehow. I don't know how that happened, but we've got 14 predictions to make. All of them are worth 1 point each. I'm gonna put my belt down.
Just because there's so many variables.
Yeah, the
for
chances of us
so many
tying on
players.
this seem unlikely with this many predictions. So I think it's the best way of doing it. All right, women's Royal Rumble match. Who do you got winning it? Who's taking up? Who's taking it home?
Sadly, I have Charlotte winning it.
So do I.
I have Charlotte winning it.
She's the only one that makes sense.
I mean, she's the most to make sense.
Yeah. If she wins it, she could go up against Rhea or Tiffany, and both would be great matches. And they really, I was going to bring this up at some point, but I gotta say the men's division right now in WWE is scorching hot. The depth of talent in the men's roster is insane. Now, the women, it's feeling a little bit samey.
It's very top heavy.
Yeah, it's very top heavy, and it just doesn't feel like anyone's coming up. No one's moving. Everyone's just kind of there. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like they're building anybody. Everyone's just kind of established.
Right.
Tiffany's been the most recent up and comer, but she's not an up and comer anymore. She's on top. You know what I mean? Like she's made it.
And her
So
rise
it's like
has been very
meteoric. Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
this time last year she wasn't even on the main roster. I mean,
Yeah, it's crazy.
She was a surprise entrant in the Rumble last year.
Yeah,
And she
crazy
was in the Final
fast.
Four. And then less than a year later, she's champion
Champion. Yeah,
and going to have a very high profile match, probably against Charlotte at WrestleMania.
crazy, right?
Crazy.
But then you think about like who's a runner up in terms of like who else could win this, and you're like, I don't know. Like, if you had to pick, another person, it's like, who the hell do you pick? You could go like, oh, it could be Bianca, but she's done nothing this year to warrant a title match. Not that Charlotte has, but Charlotte's like an established superstar, and going up against either of the newly established superstars, Rhea or Tiffany, make total sense. You put them to the test by giving them the best at WrestleMania. That just makes sense, right?
All right.
That being said, our second prediction is who is the runner-up. So, of the final two, we're both saying Charlotte is in it. Who is the second one that you have?
Bianca.
Bianca. Okay.
Yeah, Bianca.
I'm saying Jordan Grace.
Jordan? Okay.
I'm saying Jordan Grace. I think they are super high on her, and she's going to come in and make a splash. I think that would drive the audience crazy seeing a Charlotte Jordan face off at the end. I think that would be sick. But yeah, like if it was anyone else, who the hell would it be? Like, like Bianca, sure. I like there isn't anyone that follows up, right? Jade?
Tiffany would make sense, but why would she be in the Rumble? She's already a champion.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Rhea's not going to be in it because she's already champion.
Yeah.
So you've got two of your
biggest stars,
not in it because they're the champions.
It's crazy. All right, so are you writing these down?
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad I said that. I didn't see you writing it. I was like, did he do it? Did he do it stealthily? Is he Sam Fisher in this shit?
All right.
So we both have Charlotte. You have Bianca for runner-up. I've got Jordan Grace for runner-up.
Yep.
Who drew number one in the Women's Royal Rumble?
Spoiler alert. The next question is number two.
Yeah.
Since both 1 and 2 go in at the same time, are these going to be interchangeable, or are we
I
saying
knew this was gonna come up. I knew this was gonna come up. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know.
no?
I think I think it
Number
needs to
one
be
is number one,
specific.
and number two is number two.
Yeah, I agree. I think it needs to be specific. Otherwise, it might as well just be one guess.
Okay.
You know. So I agree. Number one is number one. Number two is number two. You gave your answers first for the first two. I'll give my answer for these ones.
Okay.
I think number one will be Bailey.
Okay.
And I think number two will be Io.
Okay.
I don't want to say they always do, but over the last 5 years or so, they tend for the first two to have some sort of history between each other. And amongst the 80 different references that they did on the last Raw to try and make a second guess every single prediction that we have, they did have an encounter that just had Io saying, I'll see you at the Rumble to Bailey. Now, obviously, they don't know what their number is yet because they don't draw it until the show. But I think that's
Kayfabe,
a good
brother.
Yeah, kayfabe. Yeah, but I think that's a good way to start the women's rumble is with these two.
Okay. So
who you got?
I was kind of in your boat to where number one and number two have some kind of a history or some kind of moment they can look back on and commentary can reference, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking number one is going to be Bianca. And if you think of going back to last year at the Royal Rumble, I don't know if they touched, traded hands, what have you, or whatever you want to call it. But they did have a pretty memorable moment just staring at each other, kind of facing off. I think number two is where we see Jordynne Grace.
Yeah, I do remember that moment. Okay.
A moment where they kind of stare at each other and just kind of smile, and the crowd just kind of got really hyped. Because, you've got big, strong Jordynne against big, strong Bianca. So I think that's how we start off this year.
Okay. I wouldn't mind either of these starts. They're both
and that's
very cool.
That's where we see Jordynne make her official
debut
for WWE. Yeah. Who I think will be going to the main roster and not NXT.
Oh yeah. She would be a complete waste on NXT. She's already proven herself.
And she's already been on American TV.
Yeah.
So she doesn't need TV training.
Yeah. I mean, she got a huge pop when she was in the Rumble last year. Yeah. And she wasn't even on the roster at that point. So yeah, I agree. Who drew number 30?
Zelina Vega.
Why?
Because I don't think Charlotte's going to be 30. I don't think another big name is going to be 30. I think another big name is going to be maybe 28, 27.
They do tend to do that. I agree.
But I think 30 will be, I want to say 30 will be a throwaway this year.
Interesting. Okay. My pick was between two, but I ended up going with Jade. I think this is when Jade comes back.
Okay.
I think it's a little risky for me to go with Jade because in the back of my mind, my gut tells me that they are building to Bianca Jade at Mania. But that's what it seemed like when she left with that whole injury ambush angle. But there's something pecking at the back of my head that thinks that Jade has been taken off TV and it's going to be a while before we see her again. Which is why I think it's a little risky for me to say that she's going to be number 30, but I don't know. I don't know. My other pick for number 30 was going to be Jordynne Grace. I think she would make a great number 30. But I'm going to go with Jade.
Okay.
Because that's what I wrote down. I'm not changing it. So it's against the rules, ladies and gentlemen. It's against the rules. All right, and the last women's Royal Rumble match. What's the word?
Prediction.
Prediction. Most eliminations. Who gets the most eliminations at this Rumble? There's probably a good 3 or 4 I would say that could qualify. But my pick is Charlotte. I think they need to make her look strong if she's coming back to win it, and that's a good way of doing it. Is have her come in and just wreck house.
I thought about that. I thought that would be too obvious.
I know.
And also because I have her coming in later, probably 24, 25. But because I have Bianca going from the beginning to the end, I've got Bianca.
All right.
Which
Fair.
Seems kind of obvious too, because she's had the most eliminations probably at least twice.
My hope is that Jordan Grace ends up having the most eliminations, but I don't think they would give that to her just yet. I don't think. But you never know.
Now,
all right.
Not for predictions, but what kind of surprises are you looking at? What kind of surprises are you thinking?
I think we're going to see a lot less.
There's only 10 people named so far.
Yeah, who do we got? We got Bailey, Liv Morgan, Bianca, Naomi, Nia. Oh God, I forgot about Nia. She might be 30 again. Lyra, Ivy, Raquel, and Io.
Yeah. I'm thinking we see Becky come back. I think we see Becky Lynch. I think we see one of your Hall of Fame people. I think we see Michelle McCool. Maybe.
I think we're going to see a lot less Hall of Famer surprises this year. I think we're going to get, a good chunk of Raw stars, a few from SmackDown, and then probably a good chunk from NXT.
I hope we see a good chunk of NXT.
Yeah. Now, who from NXT, I couldn't tell you because I don't watch it. But Roxanne Perez, I'm sure will show up.
Julia, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be nice to see Julia.
I think Julia should, just because she's NXT champion. I think the NXT champion should be
automatically entered.
Whether it's men, both men and women.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Even maybe the is there a women's North American champion?
There is.
So
Fallon Henley.
Not a name I'm aware of. Not to say anything bad about her.
She's all right. She's good.
Yeah. I feel like there's another woman on NXT that I'm aware. Cora Jade.
Yep, yeah. She's been on TNA the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Crossover to there.
All right.
We might see a couple from TNA.
Yeah, I've been wondering about that since the partnership was announced. I don't know anyone from TNA though.
I think we'll see 2.
Who?
Masha Slamovich, the champion.
Yeah, no. Wait, what is her name?
Masha
Slamovich?
Slamovich, yeah.
That is an awful name. Oh my God, I am crying right now.
She's from Russia. She's from Moscow.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Masha Slamovich.
Masha Slamovich, yeah.
It sounds like a creator wrestler name from WWE 2K25. Masha Slamovich. Oh my god! Or like an Austin Powers name.
Oh wow.
I am Masha Slamovich. Oh god! Why did you have to tell me that?
You
Okay.
asked who? You asked who? I blame you.
Oh god, that name's awful. She could not come over to WWE with that name. I'm sorry. There's no way. She'd get laughed out of the building. Come on. Masha Slamovich.
Masha Slamovich.
Every time I say it, I want to say slam a bitch. You know? That might be
No,
better.
she does that. She does that.
Okay, who's the other one you think might come over?
I know Tessa Blanchard's in TNA. I don't think we see her.
No, not that quickly.
Yeah, we won't see her for a while.
She needs
Maybe
to earn it.
maybe Rosemary.
Okay.
Someone who's been there for a long time. I think she's a couple time champion. Maybe actually even Gail Kim.
So here's the thing about the WWE people in TNA. I don't know that they'll utilize them in the Rumble. I think a lot of people that have gone to TNA are people that WWE goes meh. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't see them using pre WWE people.
That's why I
I
picked
just don't.
the two that I did.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean that, and there really aren't too many women over there
Big
in
name
TNA
women.
that used
Yeah,
to be in WWE.
true. Yeah, we'll talk a lot more about that in the men's Royal
Yeah.
Rumble predictions. But yeah, okay. Yeah, Karma. I don't know what she's doing these days.
I don't think
I think she
really
made like a
involved in
one-off
wrestling
Awesome
anymore.
Kong. Yeah, it's been a while. So I don't know.
It's been a long time since she's been in the
Well,
ring, I think.
you had mentioned either before the show or during the show, Nikki Bella.
Possibly Nikki Bella. There's been talks. I don't know what kind of
The worst
training she
Bella.
may or may not have been doing.
Yeah.
Um, People every year, but especially now with Punk being there, they want AJ Lee.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I I don't see it either.
No.
Alexa, you think Alexa finally comes back?
Someone told me that there was rumors that she was supposed to be back like a month ago to join the Wyatts, and then it just never happened. I don't know, man.
Depending on what you read, she wanted more money than what she was getting before.
But she's still signed with them, right? She's still on contract, right?
Yeah. I mean, she was under contract when she left with her whatever she had going on when she
Pregnancy.
left. But then, of course, she got pregnant while she was gone. So,
Right. Yeah.
she didn't leave because of the pregnancy. But certainly you would think they could if they didn't.
And as far as I know,
all that
she's been
time.
ready to go for a while.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think if we don't see her either at the Rumble or on the Wyatt's debut on SmackDown, where she might be retired. Like she might be just done.
Right.
Like she's been gone for so long at this point. Like how many years has it been?
It's been close to 2 years.
Two to 3 years. Yeah, it's crazy. That's one of the most long absences while still under contract in WWE history.
Yeah.
That's so long for a talent not to be used. It's crazy.
And just like with Paige and even Sasha, the talent has kind of passed her up.
I mean, I still like her. I don't know how good she is now,
Yeah.
but she was great. I think they dropped the ball on her a long time ago, personally. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to see her. She was one of my favorites when she was the goddess.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, man. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Who else?
That's all.
Yeah.
Mickey James, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you mentioned Mickey. Yeah. Are we gonna get our obligatory Trish and Lita? I don't think so. I think that's
I don't
done.
think so. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. WWE Tag Team Championship. DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns in a 2 out of 3 falls match. This should be a great tag team match.
This should
As long
be
as the
like a reminiscent of an old Black and Gold NXT type
yeah,
match.
this should be really good. The only thing that's going to keep this match from being great is the crowd, because I don't know what kind of crowd we're going to get in wait, where is it? Indianapolis. I have
Indianapolis.
no idea. I can't remember how good the indie crowd is. And not only that, but like these are two teams that are not huge. You know what I mean? Like they're not like there's no crowd chanting for the Motor City Machine Guns.
No.
You know, like there's no one going MCM.
Right.
Like, there's no chant for them, and then DIY is heels right now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we get a good crowd that likes the NXT Black and Gold style matches, like you said. Because if we do, we're gonna get a sick match and a sick reaction. But if we get a crowd that just doesn't give a shit, this could be a problem. This could be a dud. That being said, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope it turns out well. It could be a classic. And it's a toss up between who's going to win. I kind of went back and forth, but I'm definitely leaning more towards a DIY retain. So that's what I'm going with.
That's who I'm going with
DIY
too.
retain.
I think if they want to make the tag titles feel important, which certainly putting them on a 4-match Royal Rumble card means they're really trying to. I think making it stable, keeping it on the team that has it, who hasn't had it a very long time and hasn't defended it yet. I think it's important to keep it on them.
Agreed.
So
yeah,
I've got
Agreed.
DIY too. Of course, it's going to be a 2-1. 2 falls to 1. I don't see them doing a 2 falls to none.
No, that doesn't happen very often.
No.
Yeah.
But yep, I've got DIY retaining.
Yeah, shocking. No Raw match on the show. Both of the singles matches, or not singles matches, but you know what I mean. Both of the non-Rumble matches are SmackDown.
I think
very odd.
A couple of pay-per-views like that last year,
where there was no Raw matches.
Yeah, or there was one show that wasn't represented.
Very weird. Very weird. All right, let's move on to the WWE Championship then. Cody versus KO in a ladder match with the 2 titles hanging above the ring, the undisputed title and the Winged Eagle Championship. Which I'll be honest with you, I like the idea of this match and I like the idea of the 2 titles, but it's also really stupid. He's carrying around a title that doesn't belong to Cody, first of all. So like why does it matter? It doesn't matter at all. If anything, Cody has stolen from Triple H. not Cody. Because it was supposed to be a one-off use of the classic title. So it's like why like just why? That being said though, I do think it's interesting that they did this for a different reason, and that's that this match is for both of the titles, which makes me wonder if this is how they're going to introduce a new championship belt.
I don't think so.
Cody has long since said like, oh, I love the Winged Eagle Championship, we got to go back to that, I'll make it happen, and he hasn't done that yet.
You mean a new belt, not a new championship to win? Okay. All right.
Yeah, no. Yeah, like it's still going to be the undisputed WWE Championship, or maybe they'll just drop the undisputed because, quite frankly, the undisputed part of it's kind of dumb at this point.
Yeah.
Just call it the WWE Championship. But I can totally see them using this as an excuse to merge those two titles into one kind of to a new design, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
That being said, though, would they do that this close to Mania? I don't think they would, because if you do that, the title's kind of meant to be like a Winged Eagle title is really meant to be Cody's, and I feel like why would you introduce a new title that's meant to be Cody's if he might be losing it in 2 months?
All right.
Unless it's just a new design. Maybe it's just a new design and that's all there is to it. I mean, The Rock introduced this design, technically. So.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, a long time ago. Well, he introduced this version of the belt with the old logo on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this belt's exactly the same as that belt. It's just a different color and it has the new logo on it. That's the only difference. So it's been a while since a new title has been unveiled. And I don't think anyone associates the current title with The Rock, but they might associate the new belt with a Winged Eagle design with Cody. So I don't know, just something to think about. But I mean, I don't know how much we need to beat around the bush here. Cody's winning this, right?
Cody's winning this, and Kevin's going to lose his every title match at Royal Rumble. I mean, last year he lost the US title. 2023 he didn't have a title match. 23 was when Roman beat him, and Sammy turned on Roman.
Yeah.
22 he didn't have one. 21 was when Roman beat him in the last man standing match.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just saw a stat. Kevin will now have the most amount of title matches at a Royal Rumble match.
And they're all losses.
They're pretty much all losses, yeah. So
yikes.
Add it to the list.
Yikes.
He'll have lost the last man standing match. He'll lose a ladder match.
He was probably in a fatal 4-way at some point.
Well, the one last year was a fatal 4-way.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, with Roman. Was it AJ and Randy?
And LA Knight.
LA Knight. Yeah, that's right.
So yep.
I will say though, there is a very, very tiny gremlin in my bones, and when I'm saying tiny gremlin, I'm talking like I give this less than 1% chance of happening. But it is scary to think that KO could win this, and Sammy could win the Rumble, and then we get a KO Sammy title match at Mania.
Because of the promo between KO and Sammy, not this past week, but the week before, they put that in your head.
Yeah, I know.
I know. And
there's no way it's gonna happen, but it's a little gremlin though. It's right there. What if they do a swerve? They could swerve us and then do Cody Rock. They could. I don't know. They could. Okay. Let's move on from the obvious winner though. Let's get to the one that everyone is excited about because it is so frickin' star-studded. It's insane. So unpredictable. It's insane. The men's Royal Rumble match.
So we've got
holy cremoli.
15 people announced so far, and that is through Raw this week. So
name them.
Got LA Knight, John, and this is in the order they were announced.
Okay.
LA Knight.
Yeah.
John Cena.
I totally took you off guard there.
Yeah. No comment. So LA Knight. No. John Cena.
Slamovich.
CM Punk. Jey Uso.
Ooh.
Roman Reigns. Seth freaking Rollins. Drew McIntyre. Rey Mysterio. Sami Zayn. Shinsuke Nakamura. Logan Paul. Penta. Chad Gable. Braun Breaker. And Carmelo Hayes.
Okay. There's some names that I didn't know. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna regret my picks. I'm gonna regret my picks. I'm so not confident at all. 0 confidence level on my pretty much all of my picks.
I'm probably going to be wrong, but I've got reasons for, well, especially for my 1 and 2.
Yeah, I've got reasons for all of my picks, but I there's so many variables this year.
Yeah.
Just like last year and the year before, where it's like, oh, I have no freaking idea. They could do anything that they want to at this point. It's so well booked. All right, let's kick things off. You know what? I'm gonna start from the bottom up this time. To
Okay.
keep the
Suspense.
the mystery. Yeah. Let's start with most eliminations. We got from most elims. Nobody wants to say. I'll say mine. I think it'll be Roman. It'll be Roman. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Roman.
I'm going to go out on a limb.
Going out on a limb.
Obafemi.
Oh shit, son.
Obafemi.
These NXT guys didn't even register in my brain. This could be a huge problem for me. All right. Damn. All right. I can see that. I can totally see that. Who's NXT champ? He's NXT champ?
He's NXT champion.
Damn. All right. All right. Who drew number 30?
The Rock.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Oh shit!
I've got The Rock.
What a swerve that would be. What a fucking moment that would be if his music hits number 30.
Yeah. Insane.
Oh yeah, the crowd would go ballistic.
That's why I think the Men's Rumble is going last.
Oh.
Because if you have The Rock in it, that match there can't be a match following that.
It's going to be one of those things where that's going to be very telling if this is the main event or not. Because if it's not the main event, you can just count Rock out at that point. Yeah. There's no way Rock would not be in the main event. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't like my picks anymore. Nope. I don't like my picks anymore. God damn. All right, it's against the rules to change them, so I'm not changing them. But I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to lose my belt, I think. All right. Who drew number 30 for me? Randy Orton.
Randy?
A returning Randy.
See, I think Orton's going to get involved in the ladder match to cost KO the title.
My thought process is that if Cody and KO does not go on last, that KO will somehow find a way to insert himself into the Rumble match and probably end up getting 29, and then Randy will come out right after and be like, and they'll eliminate each other or something like that.
So on our WrestleMania booking show a couple weeks ago, we had Cody and Randy and KO, right, in a triple threat.
Yeah, we did.
So what if you had KO beat Cody, and then Cody enter the Rumble and win it?
Oh, I would kill myself.
I thought about that. I do not want that. That is the one thing I do not want to happen.
I would slit my wrists if Cody wins 3 years in a row. No, I can't do it. No,
especially like that.
That would be painful.
Wouldn't that be something?
I'd scream at my television. I don't think Triple H would do that to us.
I would hope not.
Please don't. Please don't, Paul.
Oh, please. Thank you, please.
I would love to see KO win the title, but I definitely do not want to see Cody win the Rumble.
No.
God, that would be painful.
And then that way we could get our triple threat.
What I would love to see, here's what I would love to see. I would love to see KO, my hair is fucking crazy today. I would love to see KO win the title match and Cody does enter the Rumble, but gets thrown out by The Rock. That would be fucking sick.
Rock Cody.
Yeah, to set up your Rock Cody match. Yeah. Or potentially a triple threat with Roman in there too. But that would be sick. See, this is the problem, is that we don't know, like, the second that we know if Rock's going to be there, I'm pretty confident that we know what we're going to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With what he's doing. It's like, you know, we know he's either going to be against, if Rock shows up, he's either going to be against Cody or he's going to be against Roman. It's like a given, right? The problem with that, though, is if he doesn't show up, what are those two people doing? What is Cody doing and what is Roman doing? Like, I can't picture what Roman's going to do if he can't face Rock and he can't face Cody. I have no clue what he's going to do. What the hell is Roman going to do?
Is that part of why they're building up Jacob right now? Jacob and Roman?
A 2-month build just to have him face... I don't know, man.
No, that's too quick.
That's too quick. Yeah, that's too quick for their storytelling. They're into long term.
And then based on like Monday Night Raw, Cody and Punk.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's so many variables here. That's crazy. Okay, let's go.
All right. Yep.
You got those written down?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to who drew number 1 and who drew number 2 in the men's Royal Rumble. You want me to lead on this one?
Sure.
Okay. I'm thinking I keep swapping these two around, especially now that we've changed the rule of it, them being 1 each. I'm going to stick with what I have, though. Number 1, I'm thinking Xavier Woods,
okay.
Which means I think number 2 is going to be Ray. Once again, as we've talked about,
Ray.
Yeah, Ray. I think it just makes sense for them to be the ones to start the Rumble, because they have a feud going. They could end up having like the first 5 could end up being, you know, Xavier, Ray, Kofi, whoever the hell's in LWO, you know, and have this like big thing. Like they could do that, you know, or they could sprinkle the LWO and put Kofi in later, and Xavier and Ray are still in there, and they could have a big thing. And I think that makes total sense.
Or have Kofi come in at number 3.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they could do that right all at the beginning, or they could, like, who knows? There's a lot of different things that they could do there. I think it's inevitable that there's going to be a Xavier, Ray, Kofi, LWO encounter. Whether that happens at the beginning, I'm not entirely certain, but I think it's a good bet.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
So, my thing for number 1 and number 2 is the entrances. They're not the only ones, but, you know, they're the ones who get the big entrances.
Which is why I think Xavier is a good pick for number 1, because they're not coming out to their music. So I think it's a perfect opportunity to Xavier to come out and cut a promo while he's walking to the ring and get heat. So I was thinking that.
So if they're going for entrances, who better to have, or worse to have for an entrance?
Oh, Jay
Uso, number 1.
He was number 1 last year, though.
I know. I thought about
2 years in a row. Oof.
He didn't get the Yeet entrance. He wasn't doing the Yeet thing.
True. Was he?
This year. No.
I guess he. Oh yeah, he wasn't. Yeah.
It was Backlash.
Whoa. No, he was doing the Yeet thing.
He was doing the Yeet thing, but not through the crowd. Not as big as it. Not like it is.
Yeah, it was the start of the Yeet thing.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy came out and he had a no Yeet shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's number 2 then?
Well,
let me guess. Drew?
I had him before.
Yeah, I had him as my number 1 at one point.
And then there's a history between those two, too.
Yeah.
But I have Penta at number 2.
Interesting.
Fire entrance. The way they're kind of building him up.
Okay.
For a possible Intercontinental title. I think it could be a good showcase for him.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So,
interesting. Okay.
Penta number 2.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of 1 and 2 possibilities. You know, you and I both thought of Drew. I think that's still a huge possibility that Drew could be number 1. You know, he keeps getting the shaft in every single way possible. what better way to continue that streak by having him draw number 1?
You could have had
And maybe number
Sammy.
2 is like Sammy. Yeah. Yeah, Sammy at number 2, or heck, even Roman come out at number 2. What a start to the Rumble that would be with Drew and Roman. But I don't think they would put Roman out there that early.
No, I'm not.
I would love it. That'd be sick.
That way,
I mean, imagine if
eliminate the most people, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. That helps me out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they could start with them. They could start with God, who could they could start with The Miz and a Wyatt member. They could start with
Joe Hendry,
Karrion Kross, and they could start with a TNA guy.
Yeah.
Like that would be unprecedented. First time ever, They could start with an NXT guy. It's crazy. I don't. There's so many possibilities. I'm so stoked for the men's Rumble this year. It's so
many
stacked.
options.
Yeah. All right, that leads us to the winner and the runner-up. Who you got, bro? Who you got winning the thing?
So my runner-up, I got the same as last year, Punk.
Okay.
Um,
Who does that mean is taking it home?
John Cena. I think Cena's going to win it.
Wow.
To get the match with Gunther.
Okay. All right. Well, funny you say that. Because my runner-up is John Cena. And my winner is CM Punk.
Wow. All right.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it makes total sense for these two to be last. They have such a history with each other. And I think both are going to end up in the championship matches at WrestleMania, no matter what. It's just who goes where, basically, and how they get there. That being said, though, I think that we're no longer in the era of big guy comes back and wins it all. I don't think we're in that era anymore. I think Triple H isn't a super fan of that. And not only that, but like Cena's won it twice already, or maybe 3 times. I don't even remember. Punk, he it's one of the only accolades he doesn't have is winning a Rumble. Just like not main eventing WrestleMania is an accolade that he doesn't have. So that's kind of my thought process with that is give it to Punk. He deserves it. He had a crazy year. He stuck around when he was still injured to further a storyline. He's still getting along with everyone backstage. He hasn't ruffled any feathers like a million people assumed he would by now.
Spending a lot of time down in NXT, helping talent.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's doing everything you could possibly expect of him. So
supposedly he was at I think I saw that he was at the TNA show, the TNA pay-per-view last week.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, he's stepped up. You know what I mean? Could he still screw things up? Oh yeah, it's Punk. You never know with Punk. Just like with Jeff Hardy, he screwed up a million times. But with Punk, I don't know. He just has such a different demeanor now, where it's like I just don't think he's angry. He's not an angry person anymore. So I think he's good. Yeah, I would just I think the crowd would absolutely go nuts for these two being in the final 2. Now I will say, you had The Rock at number 30. Who's taking him out?
Roman and him take each other out.
Oh, that makes total sense.
And that's how they set up, or that's how they kind of go towards their.
That would be sick.
Like
you're making predictions that are going to lead to our card.
That's the whole idea.
Yeah,
that was my whole idea. Yeah.
Because I was like, wait, if they do that, then what's Cody going to do? Oh yeah, the triple threat with Randy and KO. Yeah. That makes total sense.
And I think Cena's getting a title shot, and I don't see him winning Elimination Chamber. Because normally, well, unless
Right. Yeah.
Elimination Chamber is like for the U.S. title or for the IC title or something like that. But
Yeah.
a lot of times it's for the
The number
title
one
shot.
contendership.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the other title.
That's a good point.
But that's why I see Cena winning the Rumble.
I really, really, really want Punk to overcome the odds this time. Like, how much of a feel good story would it be for him to like eliminate John Cena to win, or eliminate The Rock to win? You know, The Rock was the one who ended his historic title reign. You know, like how poetic of a comeback story. That being said, I don't think The Rock would agree to being eliminated by Punk.
Uh-huh.
I like The Rock, but he does have a little bit of a Hogan ego, you know, where he's like, no, if I'm going to lose to somebody, it's going to be a member of my family, you know. Um, so I do think your idea makes more sense for The Rock and Roman. Yeah, in my predictions, I just don't have The Rock in there, but I would love to be wrong.
And I have it in there just because I want to see him.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, you and I put together that card, and it's sick, you know. All right, let's move beyond the bounds of our predictions here. You've got them all written down.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
do we see any
surprise?
surprises?
Yeah, surprise
returns.
You know, we had talked a little bit about TNA wrestlers coming over, and this is where I'm thinking like, there's so many people that you could have from TNA that are former WWE stars come over. You could have Matt and Jeff Hardy in the Rumble. You could have Dolph Ziggler in the Rumble. Who else is in TNA right now that's a former WWE?
Joe
Ziggler,
Hendry.
Hardy's. Well, I mean like top WWE stars that are there right now. There's quite a few, isn't there?
So I don't think he signed, but Matt Cardona was on last week on TNA last week.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see that. I feel like there's something keeping him from WWE, and I don't know what it is. To be honest with you, but I don't think he's going to be there. I would love to see it, as long as he comes out as Matt Cardona and not Zack Ryder. I would love to see it.
What if he gets
I don't want to
eliminated? What if he comes in as Zack Ryder, gets eliminated, and then comes out?
It comes out as Matt Cardona. I would be mad because that would take away someone else's spot. I would be very mad at that. That would be worst case scenario. I'm just looking at TNA's titles. They are sexy titles. Can I just say that? They are nice titles. Although they all kind of look the same, I will say. Like the tag team titles and the women's title and the men's title all kind of look pretty much identical. They're pretty close to each other. Let's see, we got Moose. I'd love to see Moose in the Rumble.
Moose would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Maybe a face off between him and Obafemi. Him and the Rumble.
Joe Hendry makes sense to be in the Rumble.
I'd say that's a given.
It's almost a given, I would say, that he's going to be in there. Like, if he's not in there, that's a shocker that they didn't take advantage of that.
Josh Alexander.
Kurt Hawkins, he's in there. Oh, Ash by Elegance is in TNA.
Oh, she is, yeah.
Yeah, we could see a Dana Brooke return, but I don't. Yeah. Like I said, I'm so like, I'm picturing these TNA wrestlers that used to be WWE wrestlers showing up in the Rumble, and I'm like, would people care? I don't know.
She did appear on an episode of NXT as Ash by Elegance.
Ash by Elegance?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe then. Oh, top dollar. Top dollar. Oh my god. He's improved. Give him some credit. He has improved over there. He's not a, he's not a chump.
I haven't seen.
Oh, okay.
So
I've checked him out a little bit. He's doing not bad over there. Oh, Eric Young's over there. Ooh, Frankie Kazarian would be cool.
Yeah, he was from the NXT Battle Royal.
There you go.
For the NXT.
Just to have him show up on WWE television.
Yeah.
Would be cool. You know, he's kind of a legendary name. The Hardys would make sense. Josh Alexander would be cool to see him there.
So Alexander's contract is up, and he's said that he's
Oh,
going to be a free agent. So
wow.
I do think we will see him in the WWE umbrella,
Hmm.
whether it's NXT or the main roster. I don't know.
Yeah, for whatever reason I see him more as an NXT right now.
NXT
I don't.
needs really good men's talent. They're
Yeah,
kind of a little thin on the top.
yeah. Aiden English is over there.
He doesn't wrestle too
Mm.
much.
No, I think he's more of a
Yeah, he does the
voice talent. Yeah.
commentary weekly. Do you think we see any commentary like Corey Graves?
I hope so. I hope we get a 3-man booth with Cole, uh, Pat, and Corey. The Rumble.
Speaking of Pat, Royals, the
No,
Rumble is in
no,
Indianapolis.
no, no.
You
I'm
don't
already saying
think
no.
you don't think
No,
Pat?
I don't want him anywhere near the damn Rumble after what he did last year. That was so stupid.
You
I hate when they do that shit. They just come in the like, and that was badly booked last year. I'm sorry, that was terribly booked. Like, I don't mind if Pat's in it, but do fucking something. He walked in the ring, looked at Omos and looked at Braun Breaker, and was like, "Nope, I'm gone." Like, that's not Pat. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the
yeah,
Pat character. The Pat character is, "This is my dream. I want to wrestle." You know what I mean? And they're like, "No, he's gonna get in the ring and just leave."
yeah.
I thought that was so stupid and insulting and just a waste of a spot. So no, fuck, keep him away, please. Oh my god, and they were teasing I Show Speed and Kai
Oh yeah.
being at the Rumble. I'm like, if they're fucking in the
Please
Rumble,
no. Please no.
if they're in the Rumble, I will. No, no more celebrity bullshit in the Rumble. I hate that crap. It's so lame,
Yeah.
so stupid. If you want to have them accompany someone to the ring or like be on the outside and do something funny, sure, whatever, do that. But don't. They're not an entrant. That's dumb. I hate it. Oh, gets under my skin. Who else is in the? Who's Steve Martin? He looks a lot like Grayson Waller. Oh, maybe not.
Steve Macklin? You mean?
No, yeah. Oh, what did I say?
You said Steve
Martin.
Martin.
No, I say
So
Macklin.
Steve Macklin actually used to be in WWE.
He did. Who
He
is
was
he?
in
Was that his name?
the Sons, the Forgotten Sons, the Sons of the
Oh,
Forgotten
is
or
that
something
who
like
that
that. Yeah,
is?
he was one of
Huh.
them. You forgot.
Interesting. I unfortunately. Yeah, I don't see. Oh, Santino Marella. I'd love to see Santino.
Yeah, he's the director of authority.
Yeah,
Over
he's
there.
he's basically their GM, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to see him in the Rumble. That'd be funny. If they're gonna do something funny, they need to use him. But I just think there's so much men's talent this year. Don't sacrifice any of them
Yeah.
for a cheap spot. You know what I'm saying?
But from TNA, I think we'll see 2, maybe 3. Joe
Yeah, Joe
Hendry.
Hendry.
I
I
think we
think
might see
that might be
Dolph.
it, honestly.
Well,
Um,
I don't know. I don't think he's finished up with them, but I mean, he just lost the title, so maybe he'll kind of maybe Dolph or Nick Nemeth will kind of take a step back, but maybe
yeah,
Joe Hendry and
Moose.
Josh Alexander.
Mm, I don't. I don't think Josh Alexander's a big enough name for them to put him in the
Man,
Rumble. Personally, I mean, I like him. Don't get me wrong. I've seen him wrestle. He's great. But I just don't think he's a big enough name. Joe Hendry, you can just picture the crowd reaction.
oh yeah,
It'd be great.
that'll probably be in the top 2 or 3 pops of the night.
Oh yeah. Do we think we'll get any returns like AJ Styles?
AJ Styles.
Yeah. Oh, I hate you. I hate you so much right now. Did you just have that sitting there ready?
Yes, I did. I do think we see AJ.
God, I hate that chant.
You'll have it in your head for a week like last time.
Oh my God, I
It's your
couldn't get it
fault.
out of my head.
You you
It's,
mentioned that
it's
this
my
morning.
fault.
Yeah, you mentioned that this morning.
Yes, I did.
Yep.
I should never mention things that I hate,
And
because I
then
know
I
you'll bring
said,
them up.
I have an idea for a recording tonight.
Oh, is that what you meant? Oh,
That's
you
what I
son
meant.
of a bitch. How did you have it sitting there this whole time? What
I
if I
always
never
had it.
mentioned AJ?
Oh, I would have, because I would have said, "What about returns?
Damn it.
Returns and surprises." Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I hope AJ returns, and I hope he returns with his old theme song because his new one epically sucks.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know what he's
Honestly,
gonna
The
do at
Rock.
Mania though. But yeah, The Rock, Randy. Well, I mean, Randy will return either way, whether he's in the Rumble or whether he's just returning for
Yeah.
that interference in that match. Um, Jacob's probably going to be in the Rumble. The hell's he going to
Hopefully.
do? Solo's probably going to be in the Rumble. What's he going to do?
Solo's been gone for a while. Well, I mean, we haven't seen Solo since. No, we saw him.
He came back, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't say anything.
Oh yeah, he didn't say anything. So that tells me he's in the Rumble and he's going to do something.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to you know, wait outside the ring for Roman or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe he gets involved with that, with the Rock coming in, and Solo. That would picture that. Hold on, picture that for a second. Solo he comes in whenever. He stands outside the ring the whole time, doesn't get in the ring, and then Roman comes in. Solo jumps in and starts wailing on him, and just as he's about to throw him out, the next person comes out. It's The Rock. Rock throws Solo out, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I want to be the one to throw out Roman," and he throws out Roman. That would be cool.
I have it something like either Roman's holding somebody for The Rock, or Rock's holding somebody for Roman. The old, person ducks and Roman knocks out Rock, or Rock knocks out Roman, whichever way it goes.
Make it look like an accident.
Yeah, make it look like an accident.
And then build up from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that too. I just think a Rock turn immediately turning on Roman would be a moment, because they love moments in the Rumble.
Yeah.
But yeah, who else? Sheamus is probably going to be in the Rumble.
Logan Paul.
Oh yeah, Logan Paul's in there.
That is one of the ones that that is one of the ones I said.
Yeah.
He'll have some kind of moment.
Yeah, Gable's in there. I wonder what he'll do. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be the one booking the match.
No.
The pressure's on. You literally have a swath of possibilities. Take that special sauce.
Yeah.
And mold that clay into just a gold gem. You know what I'm saying?
There are no wasted spots.
No.
There can't be.
That's the only thing that could ruin this Rumble, is if I see goddamn IShow Speed and Kai in the Rumble. That would be the only thing that would ruin it for me. Don't do that, Trips. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't think they will, just because that whole Kai segment on Raw, I'm pretty sure was during a commercial. I don't think it was a part of the show.
They
talked about it on WWE.com, but I don't think it was on the live TV show.
I think part of it was.
Oh God. Don't put this shit in my head. I don't want to fear that. Every time my number, clicks, I'm gonna be like, don't be IShow, don't be IShow, don't be Kai, don't be Kai.
Yeah.
I don't want to be doing that the whole night.
I know.
Let's see. We haven't even talked about NXT call-ups. You said Obafemi.
I think Obafemi. Maybe. The only other one I could really see is Trick Williams.
Is Trick actively doing something in NXT right now, or do we think he's going to get called up now?
I fell asleep watching it last night during the match with him and Wes Lee.
Let me look it up real quick. See if I see any mentions of Trick.
No.
Bianca Belair and Naomi retain the titles against Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. Julia and Bailey defeated Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. Why is Bailey in NXT?
She came last week to confront Julia, maybe.
Oh,
And then
Trick Williams was there.
And then Roxanne and Cora came out to confront them.
Well, they could end up being a number 1 and 2. Bailey comes out number 1. Julia comes out number 2. Or Roxanne Perez comes out number 2. Or they could do a whole bunch of stuff there. But yeah, Obafemi took out Trick Williams during a Grayson Waller effect. And then Trick Williams got disqualified against Wesley, so I guess he's still NXT. Fallon Henley defeated Shotzi. Shotzi's still around?
Yep.
Ethan Page defeated Cedric Alexander. Ethan Page feels like somebody who would show up. I feel like Lash Legend is someone who would show up in the women's.
Could be.
Okay. Any last thoughts?
I'm excited to watch it. This is one that...
Oh, I'm jazzed.
It is an hour earlier than normal PLE times. It is on at 6 Eastern.
What?
Yep. Starts at 6 Eastern. Yep.
Why?
Maybe
What?
they're going a little longer than normal. Maybe they're going 4 hours.
1 hour per match? Oh God, shoot me now.
Well, I mean, the Rumble's going an hour.
True. 2 hours for 2 matches.
That ladder match is probably going to go 40 minutes. 30 to
Well,
40
to be
minutes.
fair, it's on Netflix, is it? Wait, how do you guys watch the PLEs now?
Peacock.
Are they on Netflix? Peacock. So they have a hard cutoff then.
No.
They don't.
No. They don't have a
Oh.
Peacock, it's like Netflix. So you have
Interesting.
So I think you've got what are your major TV networks there? Like we've got NBC, right? Peacock is basically the app for NBC.
I'll be honest with you, I couldn't even tell you what our major networks are up here. Probably Global. And CBC would be the other one.
Okay.
Which I'm sure you've not heard of either.
CBC, I think I've heard of.
Canadian Broadcasting Company.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked. It sucks that it's starting at 6. Oh my God. I don't even have dinner until after that. So I'll have to have an early dinner to watch this show or eat during the show. Speaking of which, we'll be doing a watch along for the Royal Rumble, which will be fun because
don't be an hour late.
No, don't be. Yeah, I'm gonna have to set myself an alarm for that one. Yeah, that'll be that. I enjoy the watch alongs, but like this one and like WrestleMania, if we have one for that one, those are the two that just are gonna rock.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble's just so good.
It's fun to watch.
Every countdown,
Yeah.
If you're ever gonna show a non-wrestling fan a pay-per-view or even a match, Royal Rumble, it's hard to go wrong with a Royal Rumble match.
As long as
you a good
I Show Speed and Kai Cenat are not in it.
Or Drew Carey or Shaq. Jesus.
Johnny Knoxville was
okay.
Was entertaining.
Yeah. But at least he was, willing to get hurt.
Yeah.
Jackass, so. All right. I think we're good. Let's lock those predictions in.
They're locked.
They're locked in.
A little more scattered than what they normally are, but
all over the place.
All over.
It's a lot of predictions.
Yep.
A possible 14 points. Let's see. And we're pretty different. We had different ones for the entire men's Royal Rumble.
Same but different. Our final two are the same, just flipped.
But our number one, our number two, our number 30, most eliminations are all different.
Yep.
We
only
agreed
had-
on both of the actual matches, the championship
Yeah.
matches.
Yep.
So basically, it comes down to the Rumbles, which
Yep.
makes sense. It was going to anyway.
And we had the winner of the women's the same.
Right.
We both had Charlotte.
So all of the prop bets are going to come into play. What happens if all of our prop bets are wrong? It ends up being a tie. Well, I guess we already discussed a tie means I retain.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening though. That would be a travesty if we're that wrong.
Yeah, it would be.
You know, like Punk that would mean Punk and Cena don't win.
But you can see Roman winning. You could possibly see.
I can't see. Can you really see Roman winning? I can't. You really hold on. Let's talk about that for a second. Think about that. That would be Roman Cody for a third year in a row, unless they take the belt off Cody.
Do I think realistically? No.
No, I mean,
could you see Roman winning?
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean I can see Roman winning, but not this year. No, he can't. He can't win. He is in the Rumble though, so like someone's got to take him out.
He is the biggest star.
Yeah. Damn it, he is.
And you could see him main eventing WrestleMania.
Can you imagine if we get Cody Roman 3?
Oh no, please.
I know. Please, no. Like, no. Like, don't do that. You know, they both won one. Leave it at that.
Yep.
Yeah, so very exciting. Royal Rumble is this Saturday.
I think we'll see some cool stuff.
February 1st. Yeah, we're going to see some craziness.
I think we'll see a nice little standoff between Braun Breaker and Obafemi, maybe.
That'd be cool. We never even talked about one of the biggest controversial figures that might be in the Rumble that might be coming back. I guess that means neither of us thinks he will.
I don't think so.
Brock Lesnar. No.
The only reason we're thinking about it is because we think of it. They've not. Well,
they haven't really hinted at it. I mean, Drew mentioned Brock's name on Raw.
They've said his name quite a few times.
Yeah.
But they never hint at it. So I don't think so.
I mean, look, if Brock came back and won it, I would be mad. But I wouldn't be mad if it ended up being like Punk and Cody and Gunther and Brock. Like that would be a pretty.
That's the only match I want to see Brock come back for is Gunther.
Yeah, it's Gunther.
That's the only match.
Oh God, you just reminded me of another person. Oh God, no, Goldberg. Oh God, no. Shoot me, no. There is still the unfortunate possibility of a Goldberg Gunther retirement match at WrestleMania, and he hasn't ever won a Rumble. Do you know how mad Punk would be if Goldberg wins it over him?
Oh wow!
How mad he would! How insulting!
What were you saying about Punk being good so far? And
oh God, can you imagine? I mean, I wouldn't blame him at that point. I'd be like, the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you book that? Yeah, please God, don't do that.
If you're listening, Paul, Triple H, don't do it.
That'd be so sad. I would cry. I think I would cry for Punk. And just the fact that Goldberg won a Royal Rumble in 2025. That would make me cry.
Instead of 1998.
All right. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay.
I think we're pretty.
We have some fears, but let us pledge our faith in the trips that he will book one of the best men's Royal Rumbles of all time.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
I mean,
do the right thing.
He's got a canvas here of epic proportions. Don't screw it up. Don't screw it up. And don't give it to Shane. Don't give it to Shane.
No.
All right.
This definitely has the potential to be
A goat.
a goat. Yep.
Yeah. This might be good. That's what we should discuss on the results show is where
Yep.
we would put it on our tier maker list.
Yep.
I'll have to go back and get like a snapshot.
Yeah, to get a snapshot of
that.
it so it doesn't mess up the the editing with the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. All right. This has been Wrestling Renaissance. My name is TJ Leo, and you can catch me at TJ-Leo on BlueSky.
And I'm at Call 2K on the BlueSky and the X.
And you can email in your questions to be featured on the show at co.op.podcasts@gmail.com. As we stated, we'll be live for the Royal Rumble probably 15 minutes before the show just to get set up on Saturday, February 1st at about 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope we see people there. If not, we'll just hang out and have a
That's right.
grand old time calling out who's coming out next. It should be fun. All right, this has been Wrestling Renaissance, and we are out.
See you.